Hey Soloists, Agent Solo about Rice here with Siege of Valeria, the solo-only game by Daily Magic Games. I've done an unboxing of this already, so if you want to see what you get inside it and also the sleeve size, things like that, please sure to check that video out. Bit hard to fit everything on the camera here, but with setup, you have what's called these Siege engine cards. You put 5 of them at the top, they're all shuffled in. There's a deck over here. There's 5 of them that I put back into the box that you don't play with. Then there's troop cards, and you set up like a grid like this. So there's 20 cards, 5 at the top of the Siege. Then there's another, 5x4, 20 troop cards that get dealt out here. There's 2 that go into the box. The rest is in the supply pile, except for the 2 that you start with in your hand. Now, the aim of this game, it's kind of like a tower defense card game. It's to defeat all siege engines. So not only the ones that are out at the moment, but also all the ones in the supply over there. I've got to defeat that by the time that the troops run out. The troops run out indicate that the troops have exhausted our allies, I imagine. Other ways of losing is if one of your turrets receives a 4 hit point damage. So you put these like little flame tokens on them for each damage. So after each round, each enemy just does 1 damage at the front. And if any certain one gets 4 on it, then that's your game over. Also lose if a siege engine gets to the front, and when you activate this front, the front's called the Vanguard. When you activate this Vanguard, and if there's a siege engine there, then you automatically lose. It's like they've broken down your wall and they're getting everyone in. What can I do to stop this? Well, I've got dice. When I roll dice, I have to match dice equal to or more than the value on the card to defeat it. When you defeat a card, it goes in your hand and you have this ability that you can use. So this one here, which I'm eyeing off soon when we get started, hopefully I can have 6. When I defeat it, I get to gain another die and roll it in. And I start with a dice pool of 5 reds, which are my soldier dice, and 2 blues, which are like magic holy dice. Reds are used for attacks. Holy dice can be used for certain enemies, like this one here. I'll need 2 on a holy die. But holy dice also can be what's called to augment your soldier dice. So I can add, say, if I had a 4 here, I could add that to my other 4 here to make that 8. But I have to have a soldier die to be able to attack one of these guys. Okay. So besides that, when you kill a troop, you get the ability. You can also gain champion cards, which you should be able to see during the playthrough in a moment, which will add certain abilities on my turret walls that I could use maybe once per round or things like that. There's also event cards that we draw per round that mix up a tiny bit. But yeah, that's essentially it. It's a pretty quick game. Pretty quick to learn game, sorry. And I hope that you guys will like this once I show it off. So that's the overview. Let's get into the gameplay. You get this lovely reference card, how the gameplay works. Essentially, you roll dice to start with. I also get to flip champions over, which means that, if they've used an ability, I get to flip back over at the start of each round. You roll your dice. Then the siege edges activate, the ones that are in range. So ones that are in range at the moment, you can tell by, if I go grab one, might help. A bit hard to fit it all in. This one here is in range, for example. Wherever it has a gold bar, it's in range of your turrets, so it's going to activate. But if it's in range, it's also in range of you being able to hit it too. That's how it works. So it's going to take 14 damage to destroy this at a range of 5. Obviously, they're a bit easier to destroy as they get closer, but as they get closer, they've probably activated a lot more times and they're close to destroying you, which is not good. They also have an ability what they do when they go off. So this one discards a champion, and you also have to flip a champion. Okay. Luckily, at the start of the game, I don't have any champions, so that's really handy. After that, you then resolve an event card, draw an event card. I then do my actions. My actions is like assigning dice, flipping my cards over from champions if I have any champions, using cards in my hand. Okay, so for example, this one lets me blocks the effect of a siege engine that occurs. So if I don't like it, you perform actions. You can play cards. And in fact, sometimes you can play cards early. Like if I wanted to, I could play this card early to gain a blue die and roll it in. But I'm not going to do that because I'll gain a champion and then the siege engine will go off and discard my champion, so I'm not going to use that just yet. And then after that, any cards left in the front row, at the very front, which is called the Vanguard, because as you destroy cards, defeat cards, it leaves gaps. The Vanguard then activates, adds a hit point, adds one of these flames, essentially, your turrets, that's in line with. Then they go away, they get discarded. You advance the battlefield forward, and then you reinforce it by placing new siege engines where you've defeated siege engines and place 4 more troops out. Alrighty, that's a quick rundown. Let's get into this game. This is probably the best view, even though you can't see the siege engines that I've got. I might have to highlight what siege engines I have. I can't quite, or I might do a bit of this. You know, it doesn't quite fit on my whole camera. It takes a bit of room, this game. But it's okay. First, I roll my dice and flip any champions. I have no champions. First round of the game, roll the dice. And it's kind of ordinary. But that's what I've got to use. So I'm going to put them out. I'll just put them in order before each round. Yeah, okay. Then, sieges activate. So, and you go left to right. So at the very top here, so I've got 2 of the same on the left over here. They're both in range. The third one is not in range. I can show you that. This third one, it's dark up until the second row. So it doesn't do anything until it gets to that second row there. So, you know, I can't hit it either unless I've got a special card that lets me do it. 4th row is the same, and the 5th row can't hit me yet either. Okay. So just so you know what I've got coming up, I've got an Ogre's Reach. Again, that's the same sort of thing. That's in the 4th row. Or 4th column. I think I call them columns. Rows are across. In the last column, I've got this one, the battering ram. And then goes off in the vanguard, which is a big risk. Okay. So anyway, I've got 2 siege engines going to activate. The far 2 lefts. They both discard a champion and flip a champion. I have no champions. So, lucky me. Then we go to resolve an event. So, resolve an event. Shore up the walls. A small boy begins bringing buckets of water to a burning turret. Then, a recently widowed peasant brings planks of wood to another turret. Sure enough, one by one, the peasants understand that the fight is not only beyond the walls, they can fight too, with hammers, mortar, and sweat. Remove all damage from one turret. Well, that's bad timing. And that just gets discarded. So in this case, it doesn't really do anything for me. And now we assign dice. First thing I'm going to do, definitely do this one. So, and you discard them as you use them. I gain a blue die, gain a roll blue die, and then gain a champion. So I'm just going to put my discard pile to the side. Now, in the supply pile, there's still 3 more reds and 2 blues that I can essentially level up in the game. If there's a situation where you can't get a die because you've already got the maximum amount of dice, you just regain one that you've spent during the round, if I play that way. So I'm going to roll this in. Give me 3. Okay, I can't complain too much, I guess. And I get a champion. So I flip over the top champion card. Okay, Brother Benson. I get an extra... So I get to flip him per round to get an extra 1 against another magic troop. I can place him wherever I want. I might... I'm going to place him just over here. Okay. Now you notice that that symbol represents like these kind of troops. There's not many. There's more of these type of troops, the ones with the combat on them. Okay. Alright. Now it's time for me to assign dice. And if the aim of the game is to try and get rid of the siege engine, the aim, I guess I could try and get rid of one of those siege engines at the back. I need 14 to do that. It's going to be tough. Alrighty, I'm going to go for a bit of risk here, just based on this bad roll here. I'm going to go 2, 1, and then the +1 blue to take out this Rune Witch. Okay, so I've got enough to do that. And I'm going to use its ability straight away. Reroll any number of unused dice, not just any dice. So I'm going to reroll. Oof, a bit of risk here. Let's reroll these. Can I keep that 3? No, I'll reroll that 3 as well. Let's see if we get any better. Okay, we've got a couple of 6s. I think overall that's probably slightly better. So we'll keep those. 2. I think we lost one on the blues, but it's alright. Alrighty. Let's spend a 6 to gain and roll 1 here. I'm going to do that straight away. Spend that. Now, I'm making sure that my spent dice are separate to the supply dice, because this now is added to my pool forever now. So in the next round, I get to roll an extra die as well, which is fantastic. Okay, let's roll this one in. 4, not too bad. Okay. All right. Next, 6 on this Orc Archer. Definitely going to do that. Spent that dice. I'm going to spend it straight away to get my red die in. Come on, big number, big number. 6. Hey, good times. Good times. Now, I've got to be careful here. I want to take out probably just 1 siege engine to start with. And I need 14 to do that. So, 11, 13, 14 could do that. I've almost got enough to take out this red witch. So close. I might take a risk here. I'm going to do it, even though this leaves me a bit short, but I get to gain a blue die in. There's 1 blue more die I can get. This is a good start. I can get a lot of dice in the first round. I think it's worth it. So this 4 and these 2 2s, I've overpaid it to get the red witch. And I'm going to spend it straight away to gain a blue die and also a champion. So gain a blue die, roll it in. Okay, 11, 13, yeah. I can easily, 6, lovely. Okay. And then gain a champion. And what does he do? Sir Gilko. Plus or minus 1 to a die. Some might ask, like, why would you subtract 1 from a die? I'll just put it in there. There is situations where, like, there are certain decisions where it says re-roll 5s and stuff like that, so you might want to subtract it to get away from it, or re-roll 6s. That's rare, I think. Okay, I've got 11, 13, plus a 6, so maybe if I do this... Oh, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Let's do this. So let's get the siege engine done. So I'm going to get rid of this. Which one should I get rid of? Top left or middle one? Let's get rid of top left. So I'm going to grab this. It's in range because it's yellow. Got to spend 14. Got 6, 8, 14. And you're allowed to use blue and red. As long as there's 1 red dice applied to this, you can use both. Spend that. I get a champion back. Defeating that. And that's my first siege engine down. I might just put it to the side there, remind me. That's out. I get as champion. Let's just do increase 5 by 1 pip each. That means I discard her though, Mrs. Rye. So she's like a one-off. I might put her over here. And then I've got a 5 left. Kill this null pack. I've done a very good first turn. Don't need to spend this though. I might save it for another round. Beautiful. I didn't have to use these 2 champions. That's no problems. Okay, next step. You normally then activate the Vanguard, but the Vanguard's all been destroyed. Had a very successful first turn. But what would happen is if there was, say, someone in here, they would then attack, take damage off the tower, and then go to the discard pile. Then advance the battlefield. So advance everything down 1. Just doing a couple at a time here, make it a bit quicker if I can. This means my siege is getting closer as well. Okay. Oops. It's a bit messy easy. I haven't sleeved these cards yet, so probably slightly slippery. So now we've only got 4 rows at the moment because we've come down a bit and I've destroyed a fair few things in the first round here. But what then happens, you then reinforce it after you've advanced. We also then check if I can reinforce, and I can. If you can't reinforce, you lose the game. So then you add a siege engine. So I draw a new siege engine. This is a new one. This is going to be in the top left. Incendiaries attacks from everywhere. Re-rolls a 5 on you. So it's going to go on the row 5 at the top on this side. Okay. And then goes over there. But then what happens? Let's have a look better here. Let's go up a bit. So if you do that, you then have to reinforce with troops. So you grab the troop deck and you put 4 more out. So you go from left to right, the lowest, and then left to right. So that's the lowest. 1, and then 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's how it works. Alrighty. Maybe I'll leave it in this view. I think this one's not too bad. You just don't get to see my hand, but that's not a big deal. Okay. And I can put my dice on the side here perhaps too. So I might spend dice somewhere else. There's only 1 red dice yet that I haven't grabbed, which is fantastic. It's a good start. Alrighty. We go to a new round. So for those that just want to see just the first round, how it works, and a bit of an overview, that's probably it there. But for those that want to continue on, see me how I go with this game and see if I win or lose, I'll continue on. So here we go, round 2. Alrighty, round 2. Flip all the champions that I have. So this guy comes back. These two are already flipped. All good. Roll the dice on my dice. Remember, I gained a few extra dice. So this is going to be a good roll here. Hopefully. Okay. 1-6 there, but that's all right. So and I'm just going to put these in order down the side. Nice and easy done here. So this is not my spend. This is what I'm going to use so you can see it. Some good holy dice going on here. Okay. And in the future rounds, I'll probably skip this step, but just to show you what I'm doing there. Okay. I then activate the sieges. Incendiaries in range. I have to re-roll 1-5. Now I could play cards if I wanted to. I could flip. I could play this and flip the 5 over to a 2. Remember on dice too, when you ever flip them, it adds to 7. If they're proper dice. But I'm not going to spend that. I could use this to block that effect. But I don't think the 5's too bad. I'm just going to re-roll the 5. Not too necessarily worried about that. See what happens anyway. I get a 1. Wow. Okay, that was pretty bad. To put that in the end there. This one's not in range anymore. Not in range, not in range, not in range. Okay. No problemo. Alrighty. We then resolve an event card. Final push. Towering above the goblins around the siege engine, a goblin warmonger cracks his whip. He pulls out a horn made of tin and blows. The discordant sound rallies the goblins and they surge onto the siege engine, eager to protect it and ensure that its next shot will be the one to bring down your walls. Oh dear. Add 2 strength to the closest siege engine. There's multiple closest ones. Closest. Let's put it on... Oof. Explain what this does. Now first, this adds 2 more health to it. But when I destroy it, it lets me add 2 to any of my dice. To any of my red dice, I imagine. So, and this could be horrible. These ones here, once they get in range, they then suck up the nearest enemy. I think it's the nearest enemy that has, I'll check it when it happens, the nearest enemy with the most health, and it adds health to the siege engine. I'm going to add it to the Flaming Rain, I think. Because that could be nasty once it gets closer. Very nasty. Okay. Alrighty, and then it's my turn with doing my dicey stuff. Alrighty, in my hand I have these 2 cards. I'm going to do this one. Flip any to its opposite side. Discard that, and I'll flip a 1 to a 6. Okay, that'll be very good. Very handy coming up. I could also discard Mrs. Rye, may as well. Mrs. Rye, if I discard her, she's discard all these other ones that flip over. Discard her to increase 5 dice by a pip each. It's a good time now. So this one's discarded. Can't get her back unless I have a special card that does it. Let's make this 5 or 6. I'm going to keep the 4. Let's make this 3 or 4. Let's make this 3 or 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that 3. And let's make this one 2. Cool. I think that was enough dice there. Hope I did. Okay. Who's next? So let's try and take out some dudes. So this one gives me an extra blue die. The only siege engine I can attack is the one that just came in. It takes 14 to destroy, so I'm going to make sure I have 14 aside. So I might try and get this extra blue die. Yeah, that's okay. If I get this extra blue die, I've already got all the maximum blue dies I can. There's only 4 in the game. So if I destroy this red witch, I can spend it to then use this spent die again to bring it back in. And also get a champion. So let's do that. 4 and 3, unfortunately I have to overspend her. So 4 and 5 is what I have to do here. I'm going to put spent dice over here somewhere. Put it over here. I get this. I get to gain and roll 1, which means I get the spent die back and also get a champion. So I'm going to re-roll this one back in. 3, it's not too bad. A champion, draw one out. It's another discard one. Move 1 combat. Move a troop, that, or a siege into an open space. That's interesting. So let's put it there. I could move, say, this siege engine breach tower into this open space. You can always attack any front enemy of any line. So I can now attack this orc archer if I wanted to get that last red die, which could be an option. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that breach tower coming in. That could be the plan here. And then it's only 8 to destroy it. That would be very good. Let's spend the 6 first of all to take out this orc archer. Spend. Now it lets me gain and roll a red die. Let's just do that straight away. It's the last red die I can get. So I've got my maximum dice already in the second round. Fantastic. At 3. Okay. That's a good power, this one, but I'm going to do it now. Just get rid of as many siege engines as I can. I mean, I can even move this to the front if I wanted to. I reckon I might be able to make my way up here. I could even kill. No, let's just do this. So I'm going to spend Sister Mystique to move the breach tower to the front here. I am then going to spend, I need to spend 8 to destroy it. 8 to destroy, hey? Let's do 2 plus 6. Holy die. And that will destroy it. Another one down. New champion comes out. Plus 2 against a red troop. Let's put you over here. Okay. This one here, I'm eyeing it off. What it does, it adds to, when you destroy it, if you spend another 2 red, it overkills an adjacent troop, red or blue troop. So if I spend an extra 2 on it, I could automatically kill one of these two either side of it. Which is kind of cool, but I might save it for when it gets closer. And even then, not on this actually, I have to, I have to be careful with that. I'll get this card first, then, and then next time I want to overkill something, spend an extra 2. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. What else am I going to do here? I've got plenty of dice left. I think we take out a second siege engine here. This will cost me 14, and it's in range, definitely. So I need 14. Let's go 6, 11, 14. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Spend those dice, destroy this. Beautiful. Get a champion. Wish I had that before. Plus 2 against the siege engine. Let's put him there, Sir Quentin. All right, got a bit of dice still left. Might just try and clear out the Vanguard a bit now. Swap 2 adjacent cards could be handy. The reroll any number, that could be very handy. Yeah. I think swap 2 adjacent cards might be the first one I'll do. Yep. 3 and 3. I could. No. 3 and 3, we'll get this. And I'll put that there. Lets me swap 2 adjacent cards in the future. Reroll any number is fantastic. Block the effective one. We've already got that though. I think we'll get rid of, get this one. So let's add 1. So I'm going to use this to add 1, because it's a blue troop. Add 1 to my 1, and then overspend with the 4 to kill this guy. Gets me re-roll, and then this last 4. Let's actually, I can add. Oh, it's not a bummer. It's not a red troop, because otherwise I could have got my 2 blue. Oh, guess I'll take out the Goblin Warrior. With that, and I can't attack that one. Didn't use these 3, unfortunately. Oh well. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Finally got a Vanguard to hit us too. So what happens here, this Vanguard hits this turret, 1 damage onto the turret. Remember, if it gets to 4, it's all over, Red Rover. If it gets to 3, you lose the champion on it. You can discard a champion to repair on a wall as well. Anyway, he hits me for 1, he gets discarded. These guys then all move down. Now when you move down, I believe something happens with these. I just want to double check. If these tokens were on any of the Vanguard that got discarded, they can get passed up to the next one up. So yeah, no, it's okay for the moment. These all come down, 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 down. Alrighty, doing pretty well here, I think. And remember, I'm just playing the standard game here. There is a campaign game, but I might film that another time. This is just the standard game. Then we reinforce. So we first apply siege engines where there is no columns with siege engines. This one has no siege engines, so it goes to the row 5. This one does, this one doesn't. Row 5 does. Excellent. We're getting there. We then reinforce with troops, only 4. Okay. So it's kind of like a timer. So we go up from left to right. So this one's the next. Then across to here. 3, 4. And then you can slide down anything that needs to slide down, but in this case there is no need to slide down. Okay. Alrighty. And then we're back to the next round. Let's roll my 1 million dice that I have. I'll have to roll this in 2 lots actually. So that's my first lot. And I'll just give you a quick vision what I've got so far. I might just turn the camera off and fix these up after. And that's what I got after that. It's ordinary. All right, that's the summary of it. That's what we got. As a reminder, here's what I've got in my hands. So I can block a siege if I want to in a moment. I can swap 2 cards. I could re-roll some dice. Add 1 or -1 from a die. Flip over my champions. One's been flipped. And then it's up to the siege engine turn. Who's in range? He only hits within 2. This one does, within 3. So I've got to discard a champion and also flip a champion. Oof. Discard and flip. Bummer. Let's, okay. +2 magic against the red. I mean, that could be handy still. I might get +1 against the blue. Definitely want my siege engine guy. I think that's really important. I reckon it's always important to at least take out a siege engine each turn based on how many turns there are. So I'll keep him there. I've got to discard 1. I might discard this guy, Brother Benson. And I've got to flip 1. I'm going to flip Sir Gilgo. Okay. Not in range. Not in range, but next turn, yes. And not in range. Okay. Alrighty. Event. I mean, I could have blocked. I might save it still. I could have blocked the effect of one of those siege engines, but I think I'll save it. Okay. Deserter. A few hours before sunrise, you hear the snap of twigs in the tree line. You see familiar eyes looking back at you. With his family only a day's hike from the fortress, you don't fault the man for deserting his post, but you still aim your crossbow as steady as you can as he turns from you and runs into the woods. Move 1 active die to your spent. Oh no. So one of my soldiers has gone. Let's get rid of the lowest, I imagine. So my 2 is going to go to the spent. The deserter. And now it's my turn. Okay, I think I've got a mini plan in my head. Going to use my Goblin Warrior to add 1 to this blue die to get 4. Then spend 4 and 4. So 4 and 4, sorry, to take out this Lycan Mage. And it lets me, if I spend extra 2 red dice in the future, I can overkill an adjacent troop that's either red or blue, which would be handy. Okay. Okay. Let's go 3 to defeat this Goblin Warrior. Basically got the card back. I am then going to spend my Undead Samurai to swap 2 adjacent cards. That's just any card. It says cards. So I'm going to swap these 2. So now the Ogre's Reach is in range, and his ability doesn't go off until his Siege Engine turn. So that doesn't go off. It's only 12 to defeat it. And I think that's what I might do. And next, I think use this +2 against the Siege Engine. Flip him over. So that's 2 plus 6 is 8, 11, 12 with the augmenting, the blue dice. Let me take out this Ogre's Reach. Beautiful. So I'm going to take that out. Gives me a champion. +2 against the red enemy, okay. Alright. So that means I could use these 2 together to make that only worth 3, I guess. Yeah, so let's hit it. Okay. Use the Lock and Mage. If I overkill this by 2. So I'm going to kill this. So I use the 2 and 2 here, which is 4. You're allowed to use the blue to augment. +5 is 9. To hit this 7. It's overkilled by 2, which lets me kill this Undead Samurai. Because that's what overkill does. One of the adjacent. Actually 2. What have we got left? A couple of things left. Not enough to kill this though, unfortunately. What's that? 6, 8, 9. That needs 14 at the moment because it's got the 2 tokens on it. No, it's okay. Let's take out the Goblin Warrior for 3. Okay. I'll just keep killing things. That might do. I mean, I can't really do it. I mean, I could kill stuff, but I don't want that to hit the Vanguard because I'm in trouble. Not yet. No, I don't think I'm in trouble yet. If I kill this Gargoyle, then this will come to the Vanguard. It's when the Vanguard activates afterwards. So he's okay. Yeah, I could do that. Let's do that. 3 and 1. Gargoyle. And then this 2 is just wasted. I can't use it. Can't use it for anything. All my champions are out. Boom. Okay. Whew. Got plenty of cards now. Let's go through the processes then. So Vanguard's gone. We then advance the battlefield. And it comes forward. Now, Vanguard activates before this, so that's okay. I haven't lost the game. Because I know the Siege Engine is in the Vanguard, but that's after, if I don't defeat it next round, then I'm in trouble. Okay. I then reinforce with Siege Engine, which is only 1 this turn. Still got a few to go. That's okay. It's going to go on row 5 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top. Reinforce the battlefield. So lowest here to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no sliding down required. Okay. Alrighty. Next round. Let's do it. Flip these guys back over. Roll the dice. So I'm going to split in half again. Okay, that's got 6 there at least, but the rest is pretty ordinary. Whoa, too much dice, man. Alright, let's go this. Whoa, that's a 1. Okay, let's put them out. Alright, that's our summary what we got. It's pretty ordinary. A couple of 5s are good, a couple of 6s here are good, but I might have to re-roll some here. I've got that Rune Witch that can let me re-roll in my hand. Alright, Siege Engine is the next. Ogre's Reach is not in range. Flaming Rain is actually not in range. Okay. Battering Ram here is not in range. Trebuchet not in range here, it's 1 off. And then down here, the Battering Ram here is in range. Lower each soldier die by 1. That's going to worry me too much because I'm going to spend the Rune Witch very soon. So everything goes down by 1. 1s can't go down to 0, obviously. 1 is the minimum you can go. Okay, that's definitely going to be a reroll here in a moment. Oh wow, that's a lot of ones. What a waste. Okay, I could have used this, I guess, but I'm going to re-roll anyway, so I wasn't worried. So I need to stop it. Event time. Okay, Camp Crud. The goblin launched into the castle by the trebuchet did not survive the landing. The unseen plague carried on his body did survive and silently waltzed on loaves of bread and pitchers of brew. By day's end, your people are doubled over, excreting liquids from their mouths and their teeth. Oh, wow. And their ears. Lower 3 dice by 1 each. Well, I may as well re-roll a lot of things. So let's roll that to a 2. Roll this 2 to a 1. And then one more. I want to keep my 6s, because 6s are kind of handy. Let's put this 4 to 3. Okay. And then it's my turn. Well, lucky I've got this Rune Witch, because that was absolutely horrible what's happened to my dice there. If I didn't have that, I'll be in major trouble. Reroll these 2. Let's re-roll heaps of these reds. Oh god. Alright. It's like a redo here. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, mini plan here. Gargoyle. I'm going to attack any non-front card. I'm going to try and aim at this Efreet right here. So he's a 5 and a 4. Nothing else me against blue guys, really. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to spend 6. That's okay. Spend a 6 for the Holy for the 4-bit, and then I guess he's 5. Like that. That's my 2 spent. Oops. And that gets me the Efreet. And I can spend 2 extra blue to overkill an adjacent. Okay. Adjacent Siege engine, which is kind of cool. I've got 6s though. Which I'd rather like a lower one, I guess, because I don't want to waste it all. I mean, I could use this, I guess. I think the idea here is, yeah, because I could spend 2. Let's kill this Troll Brute, which is 7. If I use that, it's actually 5. Use that, add 1, which makes this a 5. And then I'm going to use this to add 2 blue to it, which is the overkill, because I'm going to spend Safreet to overkill an adjacent flame rain. Even though it's got tokens on it, I believe that's a straight overkill. That's fine. So that 5 does all that, which will kill this Troll Brute, and I also get to overkill this. Now, these 2 let me upgrade a die by 2 pips, and also get a champion in a moment. Let's make this, why not? Let's make this 4 or 6. Okay, and then grab this. What's he do? +1 against red troops. Not bad. Okay. I better kill this battering ram. It's probably the main thing to do here. 14 I need. Let's that 6, 12. +2 against a siege. Okay, let's do that. I don't think I'm going to kill another siege engine. Nothing else is in range. So let's do the +2 against a siege engine. If we spend the 1, it's 3. 6 and 6. It's 1 more overkill, that's okay. I had to spend a soldier. I can't just purely kill it with holy dice. I have to put a soldier on it. Nothing had a 1 there. Destroy this battering ram. Now, I draw 1. Now, I can decide, since I'm already full here, I can decide to put it back to the bottom of the deck, or place it in for something and the other thing gets discarded. Remove all tokens from 1 card. I might put it back to the bottom of the deck because I don't need it right now. Don't need that one right now. Even though it's kind of handy, I don't need it right now. That could hurt me later. But that's okay. I can't hit any other siege engines, unfortunately, because I've got a lot of dice here that would help me get to one. I could attack the gargoyle and then hit another one. That could be a good idea. Let's kill the gargoyle for, 3 + 1. A gargoyle, and let's get, this gargoyle. And then I'm going to spend the gargoyle to attack one of those, any non-front card, so any of the trebuchet, any of the siege engines. Maybe the Ogre's Reach here. I find that one the worst one. Or the trebuchet here, because that keeps adding one as well. I'll go for the Ogre's Reach. So I need, in position 4, I need 14 hit points to kill it. Let's go. 6 and 6 is 12, plus the 3. Overkill it by 1. Get the Ogre's Reach. I'll get another champion. Reroll 2 spent to use them. That is really handy. Who can I replace that? Probably this guy. The +1's not that great. So, get rid of that. Okay, 2 dice left. Got a few cards. The only mini worry here is that I've got a few guys in the front line here that can do some damage, but it's okay. It's, I mean, they're pretty high level guys, but that's alright. I can take out one, change 1 to a 6. Could be very handy. I've already got 2 of them in my hand. Let's get a Dragon King. Let's spend these 2, that's 10. I better get this one over here. It's already got a damage on it. So I get the double value of one of my dice in the future. I don't think there's a hand limit in this game. I've got 3, 6, 7 cards of a hand limit. Alrighty. Next phase, that's all I could do. Vanguard hits. I get a damage here, a damage here. That's my dog getting really annoyed at me. It's alright, Fudge. And these 2 get discarded. We bring them down. That's a pretty good round actually. Even though I got a couple of damage, I've got 3 siege engines down. Let's add 3 more. There's only 4 left in the pack. I've got to destroy them all, including the ones in the battlefield. So add these to the 5th row. So 3, 4, 5 up here. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Oops, sorry. That one's over there. You only have 1 in each column. There are situations where you could make them adjacent stuff like that, but there's always has to be sieges in each column. Alrighty, then we put some troops out. 1 goes here. 2, 3, and 4, and then we slide down these. First time that's happened. Fill them in. Okay. New round. Put these up, put these up, put these up, put these up. Okay. Roll the dice. Half at a time, it's not too bad. It's probably below par. Alrighty, so siege engine time. And by the way, my rolls here on the reds not great at all, but it's okay. Let's keep moving on. So this one, it's not in range. It says forfeit 1 die, so any blue or red, and 1 champion. Forfeit, I assume, means remove. Forfeit? I'll have to look that one up. Try to aim to get rid of that before that does any damage to me, I guess. This one's not activated on Arcades and Vanguard. This one does add, I don't want to make damage to this one. So this one's only 1 away from losing a champion in that spot. And then that one's not, okay, that's it. I could have blocked that, I guess, but I might keep it. Still another thing we can do there. All right. Next bit, event. Shaman's Ritual. With knowledge of the deep soil, Knoll shamans tap into the fountain. With a connection to the Pater trees, Orc shamans ask for a direct link to the fountain. Before you stand a dozen gnolls with hands in the ground and 3 orcs holding saplings. Crackling energy emerges from the earth and surrounds a siege engine. Add 2 magic to the farthest siege engine. The farthest. So there's 3 that's the furthest away. I don't like this forfeit stuff. Might get this one. Yeah, let's do that. Could be nasty though. Okay, and then it's my turn to
have a dig at these guys.
Okay. The Ifriti is always pretty cool. Let's spin the Goblin Warrior to add one. Actually, I got a guy. Oh no, he only does the red dice. Yeah, Goblin Warrior to add one to this die. And then a 5 and 4 to take out this Ifrit. Inflamme.
I can spend +2 extra holy stuff to overkill an adjacent
Siege Engine, which would be really handy. Really, really handy. Okay. Yeah, let's use this guy to turn a 3 into a 4. And use this 4 to destroy probably this one. Because gargoyles are pretty cool. Gargoyles are very cool. And then spend an extra 2. So I'm going to attack, use the gargoyle. So the gargoyle is used. Can attack any non-front card. I'm going to use my 2. And this 5, I'm spending an extra 2 here. Yeah, let's do it.
Spend extra 2 here, which is actually, well, actually a 3, but extra 2.
Because I'm going to overkill a Siege Engine
with this Ifrit that I'll use.
So that will kill, I'm aiming at this Room Witch. That was an extra 3 on top of that. And I've got an option to either kill the Battering Ram or the Ballista. Let's get the Ballista.
Done.
I get to grab
new champion. +2 against magic guys.
Correction I did earlier too, when you draw a champion, if you want to replace one that's already face down, it has to replace it face down as well. Luckily I didn't use Lady Osmond, so it didn't matter in the end, but I'll try and make a note of that when I upload the video, if I can remember. Because I'm going to have that same situation here if I want to put Lady Guerrera in, or do I just put it to the bottom? What was this guy again? Plus -1 to a die. Yeah, let's just put it to the bottom. Okay. Alrighty, that's good news. Good news. Okay, my next step here, let's Troll Brute, turn a die into a 6. Turn this 1 into a 6 for sure. I'm then going to double the value of it. It's going to be a 12. And then +2 against a Siege Engine with Sir Quentin. And that's going to be 14, which will take out that one, because that's in range. That's beautiful. Worked well. Draw a champion.
+2 against a Siege Engine. Ooh, that could be very handy.
I'm going to replace Adept Imogen with it. Imogen? Okay, cool. So, what have I got left? I could have re-rolled here, but I might not need to. Yes. Okay, let's spend this 3 +2 to get rid of this gargoyle. Yeah, this one here. Okay. Now I can hit any. I might be able to take out another one here. So if I take out this Breach Tail here, which needs 8 +2 magic, which I think I could do. This is the 2 magic. So yes, let's do it. Gargoyle. 8 +2 magic, 8. So I've already got the 2 magic here. I just need 8. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, because it's 14 +2, it's 16. Bugger. Maybe it's too early to take that one out. 15. And I could do it. It's probably mostly waste though. Now let's go back a step there. Let's go back a step. Gargoyle comes back to my hand. Let's just pretend to do the gargoyle thing, but let's get that back in my hand. Let's turn this guy back up. I mean, I got the +2 to do it though, don't I? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Give it a go. +2. I don't need 14. It's 16 with 2, which is already there, so it's another 14. 10, 14. Yeah, let's just take it out. Gargoyle used as well. And that was the 2 5s and the 14. Take this out. Unfortunately, I can't up anything by 2. It's probably a bit of a waste, wasn't it? But I killed it. Because I have to up a blue die by 2. I don't have any left. I get a champion. Plus or minus to 1. I mean, if I was smart about it, I could have done that. Let's put that back to the bottom. Let's use the Troll Brute. Yes, let's use the Troll Brute to turn this 1 into a 6. And I'm going to take it that gargoyle. 6. Okay. Cool. Vanguard activates. This Gargan Priest hits me, unfortunately. Goes away. Things move down. Down, 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 down. Reinforce with these, which would go to the second column in row 5, all the way up here. And then we reinforce troops. We've still got a bit of time here. So there's 4 and another 4, so there's 3 rounds. No, wait. 2. So 2 rounds left to get this done. So we get 4 out. And we got this. Let's put it there, 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 and there. Slide down. Okay. Alrighty. Now it's back to us. Flip it to flip. And let's roll that dice. Okay, that's pretty good. That's this side. Another dice that I've got out as well. Okay, that's pretty good. Alrighty, beautiful. Siege engine time. This one doesn't hit. This one is in lane 4. I'm going to spend a red and a blue. Alright, so spend my lowest 2. And then this battering ram just outside of range as well. Event. I mean, I could have... If this is most likely the last round, I could... It might not be the last round. I can take my time here. I don't think I need to use a Gargan Priest. I mean, I should use it. I've had it all the whole game. Not going to do it. Not going to spend it. Event. Okay. Cleric rests her palms on the forehead. So it's back for more. The cleric rests her palms on their foreheads and whispers an incantation. Those around her cannot hear the words, but Aquila is listening and draws the water from her breath. It crystallizes and snowflakes fall gently on the unconscious champions. After a final blessed word from the cleric, the champions open their eyes. Move 2 from the bottom of the discard to the top of the deck. Okay, if I need to draw a good one, so what ones would be good? +2, +1. Probably this one. Move 1 to an open space. Maybe these 2, the 2 discard ones, I imagine. I'll put them to the top. Assuming any order, I guess, so let's put the move 1 on top. Interesting. Okay. Might go. Let's have a think here. Alright. My roll's pretty good here, so I'm not going to re-roll any, I think, using the room witch. I'll stick it all around if I need it. Let's go. I'm going to take out this guy. He's in range of Gargan's Eye. Clearly going to use these 2, so that's +2 magic, +2 soldier die stuff. So that's 4. I need 9 more. 9 more, 4 and a 5. So I'm going to do that. And that's going to kill Gargan's Eye. Okay, gets me a champion. Draw the top one. I might replace this guy with him, so he gets discarded.
So Jericho, you've done your duty. Cool. Only 2 more to go, and they've won the game. As soon as you kill all the siege agents, that's it. And that's what I might try and do here, if I can. Maybe not. I'm thinking. If I kill this Efreet Inflamme, kill the Efreet, and then I can do +2 to kill an adjacent one, which will be if I kill this guy and kill that adjacent one. That could be handy. Yes. So I need a 5 and a 4 here. What can I do? I can spend this 3. Oh, it's a magic guy. Yeah, okay, so 5 and 6. Guess that's how it works. No, I'm going to use the Goblin Warrior to add 1. So it's a 5 and a 4 to kill the Efreet. Inflamme. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is use the Efreet. Kill this Lycan Mage. So I've got to spend 2 extra Holy, which I have there. That's a 6. And then 4. I have to use the 5 to kill that. So that's 2 extra Holy dice on the Lycan Mage. I grab the Lycan Mage. 2 extra will kill the adjacent siege. Boom. I imagine I can now. Can I, before I grab the reward? I think I could do this at any time. I'm going to discard her to reroll 2 spent and reuse them. So she's getting discarded. 2 of the spent red dice. I'm going to come back into my hand. And it's a 4 and a 1. Put that over there. I mean, I would have done it before anyway. Just a bit of a backsies, I guess, if it doesn't work in that timing. And then I get to draw a champion, which is Mrs. Rye. There's only 1 guy left, and I could use the Gargoyle. Yeah, let's do it. Use the Gargoyle. Hit any non-front card. That's the last siege engine. I need, what's that, 14 to destroy it. There's 6, 12, 14. Boom. And I have succeeded in the Siege of Valeria. I get to see, if I go through here, I think it tells me what level I succeeded at. If I won. How honoured was your victory? Let's see how we go. If you won, count the number of cards in your hand and in the battlefield to determine your standing as a defender of the realm. So I'm aiming at 13 plus to get the top. In my hand, I have 4 cards. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus just on the... the Queen acknowledges your triumph over the Shadow Kings and proclaims you defender of the realm. Yay. You are favoured to win the election at the next rule of... Oh, thank you. Why, thank you so much. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's Siege of Valeria. Solo run through of it. Hope you've enjoyed, guys. See you next time. Remember to crush your gaming thirst. Play solo.